Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Tonight we are back with another review of Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 5. If you are here for the first time, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of kiki and a whole lot of laughter. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you get anything out of the content. And also, don't hesitate to hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Child, let's see what they talking about over here on Growing Up Hip Hop, okay? So the episode opens up, Bri is giving us the rundown of the show and saying that things exploded last episode. No, Bri, you exploded, child, moving forward. When the episode first opens up, the first scene, we see Titi, she's sitting down, tapping on her laptop, pretending to do some work, okay? When Vanessa and Cree show up. I guess the table got startled because everything fell on the ground. So the girls come in, they sit down, they start talking about this wedding, right? Cree busted out her laptop to show her some venues. Honey, Cree gonna get a job if she don't do nothing else. So, baby, Cree said, I'm plan everything that can be planned in this season, including the rap party, okay? So Titi officially hires her as their wedding planner. Child, I don't believe that. I do not believe that Titi just met this woman and decided, hey, you're going to be our wedding planner. This is just for TV, honey. Now, y'all can believe it, but they ain't fooling me. Tanice shows up. Nice to see you, girl. You in more scenes this season. Okay, girl. So she shows up and they start talking about how Twist showed up looking ready for bed with his blunt in his hand, right? So Cree was like, listen, I don't play those games at my events. And I agree. It's a time and place for everything. And on your invites going forward, you need to make sure that you put dress code strictly enforced because, they acting like they at the club, so you might as well give them club directions moving forward. So TT said, listen, that's just Twist. If he showed up like that, I wouldn't even pay him any attention. Okay. Not Miss Prim and Proper and sit straight up and girl, please. So if Twist showed up to your wedding dressed like he was ready to perform with Lil Wayne and them, you weren't going to say nothing? No, she better than me because you will not come dressed however you want to my wedding. And listen, I did that at my wedding, my first wedding when I was younger. I didn't know any better. Did not tell them how they were supposed to be dressed. Child, when I tell you some of my family was dressed like extras from the Beverly Hillbillies, child, it was a whole mess. Honey, I will never do that again. Well, I'm never getting married again, but if I did, I will make sure to let them know how they're supposed to be dressed because some people just don't know. In the next scene, we see Egypt with the dramatics, okay, holding a pair of gold clippers, honey, getting ready to cut off all that hair, right? So she said, I just feel like some people see me as a little girl and I just want to cut it off for a fresh, fierce look, right? Okay, so she said before she would just let people say whatever they wanted to her, right? But not no more. Girl, people gonna still say and forever gonna speak their speech about you and that man, honey, because as long as you with Sam, people gonna have something to say. But go off, sis, okay? So she said, listen, me and Sam, this is what they're saying in the confessional, right? She was like, we were scrolling the internet and Sam said this was the cut. Here goes Sam. Yes, she has beautiful bone structure. I knew this would be a good look for her. Well, we know you love the androgynous look, honey, and we know why, allegedly. So she said, she didn't want to do it at first, but she kind of wanted something fresh and she wanted a fresh look. Okay, girl, come on, honey. We're not going to spend too long on this haircut, child. Amber Rose and them get haircuts every day, B. Like, we're not going to keep on going on and on and on about this haircut, child. So then we see her at the end with a fade, a lineup, and a part, holding these same clippers. Now, y'all want me to believe that Egypt faded her own self, gave herself a line, gave herself a part. Girl, wasn't the hidden talents? Girl, it's a lie. Okay? We know somebody came in, got you all together, got your zhuzh together, and then you stood there holding those glow clippers at the end. Child, you ain't fooling me. So anyway, Sam and Egypt in the studio dropping some beats. And the song he was singing was pretty catchy. I got to say what it is when it is what it is, right? I'm going to have to speak my speech, whether right or wrong. And I actually did like the little song he was singing. It's a catchy little tune, okay? Then Savannah shows up and Egypt does her little spin and Savannah says, Egypt was a caterpillar, but now she's emerging as a butterfly. Ugh. Savannah gives me very much high schooler. I don't know what it is, but she just seems so young. Like, that's the person who everybody should think is a child. Not Egypt, honey. It's Savannah. She just gives out off young girl vibes. I don't know. But the haircut is very flattering on you, Egypt. You look good, child. Go on about your business. So Savannah said, listen, I have a proposition. She said, have you met Cree? She's like, no, I haven't met her. She said, okay, I met her at JoJo's anniversary dinner. Egypt said, we don't get invited to things. And I really felt bad for her, but you see how they alienate you for being with Sam? Girl, Egypt a ride or die. I got to give her that. Honey, she is a ride or die. Savannah said, oh, yeah, everyone was there. Titi, Bri, Twist, me. Honey, rub it in. Why don't you? She was like, you weren't finna go to that. Oh, no, that would have got on my nerves. I would have had an attitude because I would have said, well, honey, I didn't want to go to that. But I'm just letting you know that me and Sam, we do our own thing. But hurry up and go ahead on, child. Speak your speech. So Savannah tells her that there's a showcase and that they want her to come and perform, right? So Egypt was like, they told you to ask me? She's like, yeah. So Egypt said, like, why didn't they ask me? Now, girl, we already know why. Quit playing. Let's move forward. So she's like, well, I don't know. So then Savannah said, like, don't think about all the extra stuff. Just think about being an artist. Think about being in your bag. She was like, yeah, business is business. And I feel like Sam will want you to do that. So, no, not if he can't perform. Child, I know you just met Sam, but it's clear you don't really know him because he does not want Egypt to outshine him. So he's not going to want her to perform at this event if he is not present. So Egypt said, yeah, my soul just senses something is off about this. So, first it's a fight at my mom's party. Then he sends Savannah to ask me about this. It's very unprofessional. Girl, none of y'all are professionals. Girl, please. So Egypt said, let me talk to Sam. She said, oh, one more thing. Sam can't come. Now, y'all know you can't separate the peanut butter from the jelly. Child, they do everything together. So if he ain't coming, she ain't coming. So Egypt was like, well, I'm not going to be able to go then. Child, Egypt was like, take me and him or take us not at all. She said, he does everything. He writes my songs. He helped me get my confidence back. He does everything. We're like Beyonce and Jay-Z for real. And people treat us like we're not even close. Oh, my goodness. Child, it's the delusions for me. Girl, y'all more like Thelma and Louise or Siegfried and Roy. Honey, not no dang on Beyonce and Jigga. Girl, goodbye, honey. And this... I'm just confused. Honey, is this Egypt's first relationship? Because she's very much codependent. Also, are there any other couples that we can compare ourselves to? Honey, people always go straight with Beyonce and Jay-Z. Child, just be who you are. Be the couple that you are. We are who we are. Girl, talking about some Beyonce and Jay-Z. Child, girl gone. So Egypt said, this man is a visionary and a mogul in the making. Savannah said, okay, girl, stand by your man. Because Savannah is like, listen, girl, honey, it's nothing about you two that screams Beyonce and Jay-Z, honey, from the clothing all the way down to the talent. Girl, don't play. So Sam pipes up saying, JoJo the biggest capper. He hasn't done nothing in 5 years. So Savannah was like, oh, okay, well, he effed up, but now he has the resources to help y'all do good. Sam said, I already did it, though. Child, this is a mess. Did what? Where are her songs on the radio? Her tour? Her album? Oh, okay. Crickets. Boy, goodbye. So Sam is like, who is this record label? So she said, Slip and Slide Records. Sam said, oh. Egypt said, who's on that roster? Plies, Trina. Okay, Sam. Now, honey, watch what you say. Because, baby, the Miami people don't play. Honey, they about that street life for real. Okay? You and your little thong when got yoked up. Boy, don't do that. So Savannah is like, yeah, but they're lit, though. Here go Egypt. It is a huge deal. Trick and Trina's record label, that is a huge deal. And did y'all see Sam look like he had an attitude? Baby, when she said that, he looked like, oh, okay. I'm like, dang. See, this is the thing. Egypt needs girlfriends. She needs somebody like Savannah to say, girl, look, this is an opportunity. I know you have a man, I know you in love and whatnot, but this is an opportunity for you to do something big. See, she doesn't have girlfriends, so usually she just listens to whatever Sam tells her. Egypt really doesn't have a mind of her own. As much as she likes to pretend like she's this big girl and she puts her big girl panties on every time she's on the scene, honey, he is pulling your strings. Like you're his little ventriloquist dummy. Like he tells you how to move your head, how to talk, how to cut your hair. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. So Egypt then says, it's a huge deal. Child, he got a little attitude that she was even considering that. He's afraid that if Egypt branched out, she might actually wake up and leave him or actually make something of herself in her music. That's just what I'm taking. This is just my opinion. So then he starts going on. I don't need no record label. I don't need no people. I don't need this. I don't need that because I'm going to the top regardless. Well, I hope you change that personality because otherwise you ain't going nowhere. But in that studio walking around in circles. Child, nobody about to work with you with that. So Savannah is like, well, it's Trina, Plies, Rick Ross. This is what she's saying in her confessional. Like, I'm not understanding how you're not understanding this. How do you not see this? She sees it, but she doesn't want to upset Sam. That's what you got to understand. She knows that this is a huge opportunity, but she doesn't want to upset him. So Savannah is like, so you're going to perform and it's going to be a lituation, okay? So Sam didn't want to hear that, and he about to tell her to stop talking to you. Quiet as it's kept, okay? So then Sam is like, is that all y'all talked about? Because he's like, let's move on with it. She said, yeah, I met Titi. She's getting married in Jamaica. Here go Egypt. Oh, okay. Our spot. Interesting. Egypt. Jamaica is not a street. Girl, it's enough room for everybody to get married there. Girl, shut up. Hush already. Child, you claim to want to be a grown woman, but you behave like a child. Her mother lives there. And I thought you and Sam was going to quit. Y'all getting on my nerves, child. Y'all are really getting on my nerves. So Egypt is like, look, I told her about that before she even got engaged to Sean. Okay, people get married in Jamaica every day. It's called a destination wedding. So are you going to contact every single person that is getting married in Jamaica and tell them that it's only you and Sam? Girl, if y'all don't go on down to one of them drive-through wedding chapels in Vegas and get married, that looks more fitting anyway. Child, Sam gonna have on the wrong clothes. You gonna have on the wrong dress with a choker. And child, put your veil on, drive through, let them give you your certificate, honey, of authenticity, and go head on, child. She's like, but I'm not surprised because she doesn't treat me like family. When she doesn't like somebody, she will go to great lengths. Oh my goodness. And so she's like, listen, I wasn't gonna say anything. See, this is what I hate. This is what I really hate because people always, this is why I don't like to tell people things, that I hold personal. Because when it's Mad Day, then all of it comes out. And it's really, really, really annoying. So, okay. She was like, if you really knew, this is why this whole situation just seems like, they seem minor because, my cousin, she did us wrong. She did me wrong. Girl, I know you are not talking about when Sam said she was walking around naked or whatever. Girl, that's the whole lie. She's like, she thinks I'm this little dumb, uneducated little girl and make it seem like I'm with somebody who ain't but no. And the fact that she had the nerve to even do all this, and I've never said anything, the things that I know about her, see, this is what I'm saying. People will always, you might as well say it now. Like, she's like, but it's already out there. It's out there. No. It's not out there. Y'all want it to be out there. That's why you about to say it. She's like, yeah, my aunt found out. And it's just that she had multiple, Sean had multiple women in Jamaica. And, he had some affairs. And then all this stuff happened. So then Savannah was like, but wait. Does Titi know? She was like, well, I haven't even really just been talking to her. So I don't know if she knows. Now, why would you tell Savannah? Because you want some mess to get started, okay? So Savannah was like, listen, you just told me about this man potentially cheating, which could ruin her wedding day. So I might have to tell what I told y'all. High schooler, okay? Like, why would you go and say something? Keep it to yourself, Savannah. Child, I am done. So Sam was like, they bogus. Okay, we over here putting in blood, sweat, and tears and just making our careers happen. And they are literally wasting time. Child, we're wasting time talking about people who don't matter. Who is Titi? Yeah, Egypt's cousin and Peppa's niece. Stop saying that, Sam. Who are you? Child, who are you, child? Egypt's fiance and Peppa's adopted son? Because, honey, y'all act like y'all, this is just a mess. Anyway, in the next scene, we see Boogie, and he's getting ready to go see Briana, right? Now, this scene right here tripped me out. Boogie's on his way to see Briana, but he calls his friend DJ to try to get some, some advice on how he can bring this whole rehab thing to her, right? So he's on his way there. He gets there. He calls upstairs to Briana. And he's like, hey, yeah, I'm downstairs. So she's like, oh, okay, I'm just having a glass of wine. Do you want a glass? Now, at first, when I watched it, I was like, well, why is he getting such an attitude about her asking if he wants a glass of wine? But we all know that Boogie is a recovering alcoholic. So to ask him if he wants a glass of wine is kind of like a slap in the face. So he's like, look, I'm tight. I'm not going upstairs. I cannot believe that she would even say, do I want a glass of wine, knowing everything that I've already been through. He was like, all right, I'm done. So the producer is like, well, why are you yelling at me? He's like, because I'm upset. Okay, I'm aggravated. Okay, Boogie, calm down. He was like, well, what did she do? He said, a toast. Boom, a glass of wine. Oh, do you want a glass of wine? Child, it's just a mess. Basically, he mad because Bri had that glass of wine and he felt like he was coming to have a real conversation, but now he can't do that because she's drunk. Well, we don't know if she's drunk, though. She's just upstairs trying to make some pork chops or whatever it is she making, honey. But we don't know that she's drunk. She's just having a glass of wine. So she calls down and he was like, I was coming to check on you, but now I'm a little bit aggravated. She was like, for what? He was like, because, well, long story short, I'll just tell you another time. She's like, no, just tell me now. So, child, they get into this heated exchange. Briana goes downstairs, tell him he acts like a baby. He's like, yeah, just do me a solid. He's like, get out of my face. I'll talk to you about it later. They're going back and forth having a full-on argument. And, baby, I was looking at them and I said, it sure is a lot of passion in this argument. I don't argue with my friends like that. You do something I don't like. Okay, I'm about to separate myself from you for a while and then we'll revisit it later. But the way these two are arguing, this is like one of those arguments that you have with your ex. They come and they acting like they want to talk, but then all of a sudden you make them mad and you really want to talk because you want to, get into it as you get into it. Hopefully y'all can get back together. And then you start having a full-on argument and a full-on fight. That's the fight that Boogie and Bri are having in this moment. And I said, are y'all a couple or what is happening? Child, it's just too much for me. In the next scene, we see Titi and Sean. They go to counseling. Honey, they get their counseling on. I don't know. It seems like a few things are being hidden up and through when it comes to their relationship. But they're sitting here seemingly perfect. He's saying that he's all in and she's saying that she's all in. So, I guess that's what's going on, honey. In the next scene, we see everybody meet up. It's Cree, Savannah, and who is it? Cree, Savannah, and her brother, Savannah's brother. They all go up and meet up with Lil E at his, I guess this is his dispensary where he sells his, cannabis products. So they're over there talking to him about the showcase and asking him, did he get the venue? We all know that he ain't got the venue. So he just sitting here talking about, yeah, I still think it should be in Vegas. That's not answering the question. Did you get the venue or not? Clearly he didn't get it. So Savannah, so they're like, okay, well, you need to get the venue and then let her see it because that's the way she's going to make magic happen. He's like, oh, okay, I'm going to get that to you. Child, he ain't a bit more about to find no venue. Child, y'all better do that yourselves. Anyway, so then Savannah shows up with her brother and they're all talking about the showcase and everything. She's like, listen, I asked Egypt about the showcase, but I don't think it's popping because she said they are the Jay-Z and Beyonce and y'all not putting no respect on their name, honey. Yes, I said respect. JoJo was like, what? First of all, I'm trying to give you an opportunity. I'm trying to put you in front of people. JoJo started piping up. JoJo, honey, we know you don't really have the connects. Like, I hate to say it, but I just feel like they don't have the connections that they're saying that they have, honey. And if you hadn't met Cree, would you have been doing the showcase? I'm just so confused. So JoJo piping up because now he's pissed at the fact that she doesn't want to come and perform. I'm trying to figure out, is Egypt going to make or break this whole showcase? Why do you need her? Like that's the part that was confusing me. So he was like, all right, well, he can come, but he's going to have to sit on the side with Savage, which is Savannah's dog. I'm like, oh my goodness, child, this is just ridiculousness, okay? So anyway, he said he gonna have to sit with Savage, but he can come, okay? So I guess that's better than nothing. After it's all said and done, they go over there and buy a few cannabis products, okay? And then Savannah and Cree go outside. So she's like, girl, so much has been going on. And Cree was like, what's been going on? She was like, yeah, I just really want to tell you, but she's like, girl, just spit it out, honey. Speak your speech. What are you saying? Y'all know she didn't say that, but y'all know I like to zhuzh it up. She's like, well, you haven't met Titi. You haven't met Egypt, right? And she's like, no, I haven't met Egypt. So she's like, yeah, well, she said that Titi's soon-to-be husband was cheating on her. Why she felt the need to tell Cree this, I have no idea. So now it's getting real messy boots. It's going on down the line, and everybody's finding out when nobody should have found out at all, but this was Egypt's plan all along. So, child, they talk about that, and, Cree was looking at her like, girl, please do not tell this to TT. I'm like, baby, they just made a deposit, okay? I need my job. I need my coin. So please leave TT out of it. But y'all already know that Savannah is going to tell her. Child, and that was the end of the episode. This episode was nothing, okay? It was, quite frankly, it was boring. But y'all know I'm going to put a little zhuzh on it and bring it to you anyway. We'll see what happens with these fools next episode, because it's always some mess up and through. Child, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.